Last time on Merm's Minecraft. I started a brand new world with the create mod for Minecraft, talked about some plans for the world, built a mineshaft starter base, and went into the caves. And on today's episode, I'm going to be building a beautiful bridge at the mineshaft and my first real base of the series. Here's what happened. That's right, everybody. It's another episode of Merm's Minecraft. We're out here playing with the create mod again, and I got a couple things to show you. I did a few things, in between episodes, and then let me tell you about the big plans I got for today. So first of all, I upgraded our little setup here, so it's no longer floating in the air. We're still rocking the hand crank, but I installed two of these guys. This is an encased chain drive, and so what this does is it basically takes this, connects to it, and then it moves the power over and powers the grindstone here. And I can explain a little bit about what's going on through gears, which we will make two of. So essentially what's going on here is in the create mod, rotation is a big deal. And so if you have two cogwheels, if you have a cogwheel, first of all, you can power that with a hand crank, right? And that's basically what's going on here, is you're creating rotation. If you do two next to each other, it does this. So it works like gears, they're like interlocked and they're moving like that. That's essentially what's going on in the encased chain drive. Like I could accomplish the same thing by just putting two cogwheels next to each other. The encased chain drive just kind of makes it look nice. So yep, that's all that's going on there. And yeah, so we get power to that thing. But anyways, so I did a little bit. I know it's kind of the meme, right? But I did a little mining off camera, and yeah, so I got a few more things. We got the iron, doubled our diamonds. We had 15. I got 15 more. There's some more of everything. So yeah, but that was all done in collecting some other resources. Ooh, a lot of stones, a lot of building blocks. What's that for? Well, today, I accidentally put on free cam. We in free cam now. Today, we're going to be making a proper starter base. So, you might be wondering, well, what about the mineshaft? Isn't this proper starter base? Not really. I just kind of wanted this as like an early place to store some of my stuff while I was collecting those initial resources and things. So anyways, we're gonna make a proper starter base. I have some ideas. I actually have planned a little bit in creative mode, so I think it's gonna look pretty good. I think I got all the resources we need, but I actually have a project I want to do first. I want to make this mineshaft feel complete, and I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the outside. So I'm thinking of maybe putting like a campfire kind of thing right about here, and then I want to do a path kind of coming down the mountain, maybe on the other side. Yeah, probably on the other side, because this cave will make it awkward, but yeah, that's the plan. So we're gonna make a proper starter base. Hope you look forward to it. And so without further ado, let's get started on the outside. And that's the build, everybody. We got all the things in place to make this area look just that much nicer and fit into our world a little bit. I'll take you on a little tour of what I did. First of all, started in here and I added a little rail track. I made it broken, show maybe this is an old mine shaft, and then a cart just kind of sitting there. Added this little campfire area with some seating, and then I added a little moss just for some decoration, and a path that goes down here. And eventually you hit this tree where I added these like support things that come off the tree with a lantern. And of course the bridge here, I named it the Pickaxe Bridge. I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's a very cool name, but I figured, it's coming to a mine, so whatever, it's the Pickaxe Bridge. And yeah, so this is the bridge. It's got a nice big roof on it. Lanterns hanging down. No mobs can spawn here, don't worry, and these nice little archways. And then finally it comes down here. I hung another 2 lanterns from trees here. I was trying to figure out how to get a light to look good over here. I don't know, I'm still not super happy. Like, this is the part I'm maybe the most willing to change, because I just kind of copied. So over here I built a retaining wall because this land was getting really high up, and I'd either have to like terraform it to make like a curve kind of going here, or I'd have to place a ton of blocks and like really shape the mountain here. I ended up deciding I was too lazy for all of that and just added the retaining wall. It kind of goes and connects up to the bridge here, and I kind of did a similar thing on the other side here. Just added like a like a stone support, and the same kind of like dirt gravelly path coming through. I figured they just kind of like packed it into the stone, right, if we're creating a story out of this. But yeah, and here's how the supports look. This one, yeah, it's really big. I don't know how great that one looks, but hey, I think overall the bridge looks pretty good. And you may notice this roof style. This will actually come back into later in this episode when I build the starter base, because what I'm kind of going for is like a bit of like a older Nordic style with the roof here. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to do that for this whole area, and anything I build in this kind of birch forest area, because I figure it's a very like wooded area with these pale trees with mountains and snow, and so that kind of reminds me of Nordic countries in real life. And so yeah, I'm going to be using this roof style again when we build the starter base later, which isn't going to be over here. But all of this really was just to add some flavor to the area, and that kind of plays into what like my whole overarching goals are for this series and this world, which is I want to create like multiple sort of towns or areas around the world that are connected through trains from Create, and all have their own distinct style. And something I want to talk about when it comes to that is like, I notice, leading up to the series, I watched a few sort of Create Let's Plays and videos about the mod. And something I noticed is a lot of people tend to fall into the trap of making just like industrial builds only, where it's like bricks and like granite, and it's all just it kind of blends into the same old everywhere they go. So I really want to avoid that. I'm going to try to come up with like a distinct style for each area I visit in the world. And so this is going to have these big, huge roofs and lots of wood over here in this birch forest area. So next up, I want to get into a little bit more of the content of this mod. And you may have noticed these slabs, both the wood ones on the left there, and then the coarse dirt and gravel ones. And you're like, wait, those don't actually exist in Minecraft. Well, they are provided by a Create add-on I have called Create Copycats Plus, which adds, let me just put it in here. Oh my gosh, nice job deleting it. All right, so if you go to Copycats, there's all sorts of them in here. You got just blocks, slabs, stairs. Mods like this have existed, like there's been multiple versions. I remember the old Carpenter's blocks that was around like the 1.4-ish like era of Minecraft modding, which did this exact same thing. All the idea really is that you have these sort of frames for the block, and then all you have to do is place it down. Well, it does a vertical slab. I ran into that issue a few times. Place it down like that, and then all you have to do is click on it with the block you want it to copycat, and it does it. So yeah, I use that in a few places here. I also think there's an interesting little feature that I've never known. I don't know if any of the other mods like this have done this previously, where if you hold the block in your offhand, it'll automatically put that block in. So that's kind of nice. And yeah, I use these in a couple different places. Not only do I have the slabs, but over here, these buttons here, they are also copycats of the polished dripstone that I used over here. And then also way over here, these stairs coming down, a lot of these stairs are copycats, these ones are not. So yeah, pretty cool. And next up, I want to take a look at our good friend, the backpack here that we made episode. So in between episodes, I needed a little bit more storage and I ended up upgrading to the gold backpack, which is pretty, straightforward. It's just surrounded in iron, surrounded in gold, and you'll never believe how we do diamond, surrounded in diamond, and then the netherite is done like every other netherite thing with the smithing template and whatnot. But anyway, so we're at a gold backpack now. We have just a little over a chest worth of storage, and we have 3 upgrade slots now, and I actually want to put those to use. There were a couple things I was doing when I was out building that where I was like, man, I really want those backpack upgrades, but I waited so that I would show it on camera at a nice time. But anyways, so there's 2 upgrades that I want. First, I want the crafting upgrade. This will allow me to make a crafting table in my backpack. Now we need the upgrade bases, which I got all the materials for. I grinded up some more wool in the millstone for this. So we got our upgrade bases. Then craft that up. Oh, I did that a little fast. It's a chest, crafting table, and some iron. And then the stone cutter one is some iron and some redstone and the stone cutter. So we'll go ahead and craft that up. That's the other one I wanted. So now with these, I can put, I need to put on the backpack. Give me that, put it back on. And now we'll put these in and you'll see these tabs on the left here. So right here, crafting table right there. So we can do anything we need right in that crafting table, and a stone cutter, which is so nice for building. Just having that, like having access to that is insanely useful when you're building. So let's say you got the diorite and you're building with it and you want different variations, you just throw it in there and it's all right there at your fingertips. So that's going to be really helpful, especially as I'm going to build our starter base here. I really wanted those backpack upgrades. So yeah, very exciting. And 2 more upgrades I want to make real quick. First of all, I'm going to do a smelting upgrade. And so this is just going to do basically the same thing. It's going to add a furnace. But this is actually going to stay in here. I'm only going to whip that one out when I need it. Maybe swap it with the stone cutter. They can kind of be exchanged like that, even though we don't have enough slots. But also, I'm going to do a tool swapper upgrade, which is made with all the wooden tools. And this one's very interesting. So I'm going to have this one on all the time. I'm actually going to put it at the top just so I kind of remember that it's there, and you can turn it on and off. Basically what this does is now I get to rearrange my inventory. I'm going to put all my iron tools in there, and I'm just going to keep 1. Now it does work with swords, but I actually like to keep the swords separate. So I'm going to have a sword and a pickaxe, and now what'll happen is if I'm looking at wood, it brings out the axe, and if I look at stone and I start breaking it, it brings out the pickaxe. So it'll just give you whatever tool is most effective. So yeah, it keeps your inventory nice and compact. So now this is all I got on my hotbar at all times. So it's kind of nice. And yeah, I don't have to have the sword out. I don't know. I kind of like to keep the sword separate. Now that we're all settled with the backpack and ready to go on adventures, well, there's only one adventure that I need to go on right now because I really want to get a horse. It'll help a lot just to like transport things between here and the starter base. So yeah, but the thing is, you need a saddle for that, and I personally find that the best and most consistent way to find a saddle is in a nether fortress. So you gotta bite the bullet eventually and go to the nether. So here we go. I got my sword, I crafted up a bow. Let's hit it. And there it is, first chest. They call me Merm's Minecraft for nothing. Well, it was a pretty painless trip overall, but we got some visitors in the mineshaft here. There's a baby one over there. It's pretty annoying. But anyways, here's what we got. A little bit of iron, that stuff. Got some horse armor, 3 saddles. That's pretty nice. And the rib armor trim, which I'm excited about because I really like that armor trim. So probably going to apply that to some armor later when we're a bit richer because, it needs 7 diamonds. So, but yeah, a little bit of quartz, a little bit of glowstone. We're all ready to go. So I'm gonna go find myself a horse, or more accurately, probably a donkey, because I know where there's some donkeys in the world, but I don't know where there's horses. And they only spawn in specific biomes too that I haven't found yet. So probably gonna be a donkey for now. Maybe gonna be a little slower than I'd like, but yeah, it's okay. Sun's about to set and we got our guy here. This is the donkey. There were only 4 in this area and I tried them all and this guy was the best. This is as fast as we're going and brother has no hops at all. He cannot jump, but neither could any of them release. But hey, this makes traveling around a little less painful, and it doesn't use food, so that's a big plus. You know, I'm learning that these horse parking lot things don't work very well when your horse only jumps 1 block. Anyways, I got our favorite little donkey here kitted out with all the wood, and then I took all the stones, and this is pretty much everything we're gonna need for the starter base build. So yeah, I have an area in mind. I want it to be next to water, and there's not too much of it. There's this area here, but I want to keep it in the birch forest, so I'm looking at this, which I only see part of on the map, so I'm definitely gonna have to go explore it a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna take the donkey over there and see what's up. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I got him stuck in powdered snow. No! Live! Live! Get out of there! Oh my god. That was so close. Wait, how low are we? Oh, it actually wasn't... Okay, never mind, it wasn't close at all. Our boy's a tank. Well, I made it to that spot, but it doesn't seem that great for building. You can look around here. It's very, very hilly, even right off the water. So yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to build here, especially if I want to build a lot of buildings as opposed to just one. So I don't know, I'm taking a look at the map. Maybe we go for making our own little lake. I don't know, it's definitely interesting. I do want to say large biomes ain't messing around. From here, here's our mineshaft base. You can see the bridge all the way over to where we are over here at this lake. That's about 1,000 blocks. If I look back here, at the mineshaft base, that's 886.7 blocks. So yeah, we've come quite a ways to get just over here, and you know, we're still in the same birch forest, and there's all these mountains. This is where like the donkey almost died because there's this big stretch of snowy mountains coming through. It's really interesting generation here. But yeah, I gotta take a look around and see where I can maybe put this base. All right, everyone. So after quite a lot of exploring, and I mean a lot of exploring, here's the current mineshaft base over here, and this is all I've looked at. I basically tried to get a glimpse of where the birch forest ends. You can see it comes all the way around here, and yeah, I mapped out basically the entire birch forest, and I found a couple things. There's a couple interesting biomes around. Taiga, we got a dark forest over here, jungle up here, and some big hills over here. I think this might be where I build next. It's very cool over in this area of the world. But anyways, yeah, I think I settled on a place to build the village, and I think it's going to be right here. It's next to water, which I like. It's got the mountains in the background. There's a Stony Peaks biome over here, which you can't see very well. I did consider building over here also, but I think it's just too hilly, and I don't like the way the mountain looks here or there. And there's also inner parts of the land, like this cave goes super deep. There's another one over here. Yeah, I just don't really like how that looks. I think this area over on this side, any day now, here we go. This side works very well. Now, notice it not quite exactly level with the water, which I really want for this build. I think what I'm going to do, I'm pretty sure the terraforming project is kind of inevitable. I'm going to have to do a lot of digging here, probably around this area to get it around water level, and then maybe have like a staircase or a gradual path that leads up, and then the rest of the village will be on this level. So yeah, I think it's time to get started on the starter base. Oh, and one more thing. I did replace our donkey. I'm sorry if you got attached to him and maybe named him down in the comments below, but it was just too slow, and I had enough room in my backpack and stuff. So yeah, we got a horse now. Pretty fast horse, actually. It was very nice to get this while I was out exploring all this area. So yeah, without further ado, let's start the build. All right, well, unfortunately, we have ran out of time for this episode, but we got the base built. Here's a bit about what it looks like from the inside. So this is going to be like the workshop area, and this is what I'm going to get into next episode. You can see I've already kind of started it because I had to craft one of these guys, the mechanical saws. That's what you saw me chopping the trees with. And yeah, I needed to make one of these, which requires iron sheets, which requires that thing. But we'll get more into this next time. So here's what we got going on. We'll take the shield off. There's a storage area on the left here. We got some barrels going, and these are the sophisticated storage barrels. So there's like settings and a couple options, and you can do like the middle click sort thing. They're pretty neat. And then over here we got, they are called, I believe they're called limited barrels is what they call them in sophisticated storage. Yeah, limited barrel. This is essentially it's like a drawer. So, and many people know about the drawer mods, but in case you don't, you can shift click to get a stack, click to get one, and then right click to put them in there, and they just store bulk of one item. So I've actually maxed this one out on the dirt. I have 3,000, and then I even have some more. So we're gonna have to upgrade this barrel maybe next time. And then there's a ladder here. I used copycats with some birch to get this ladder. This is just, I got my bed up here right now. I'll probably decorate this a little more sometime. And then way up, we got like an attic area. I don't know, there was space up here, so I thought I'd make a floor out of it. Probably won't put anything too significant here, but yeah, that's all we got going on here. I'll show you a little bit around the outside. This terraforming took forever, but yeah, I ended up, this was, just a flat wall. So this is all, and I realized I missed one right there. I'll fix that. Yeah, this is all like custom terraforming. Even over here, I opened this up a little bit so you get a nice view of the place from the water, because before there was a hill blocking it. And then there's even like, yeah, there's this outside, wrong button. There's outside, what do you call this? A dock area where I got this wheel turning here. This one's just for decoration. This one's not actually doing anything. And then a dock, and maybe I'll build like a boat here sometime. I think that'd be pretty cool. So that's all I got going on in here. And that's going to be it for this one on Merm's Minecraft. So thanks for tuning in. Our comment of the day is coming from Antares946, who says, "This must be a dream," in reference to the return of Merm's Minecraft. Well, it's not a dream, and I'm giving it another shot. So we'll see how long it lasts this time. Hopefully it keeps going. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.